Okay, so today we're going to read a book called Hoops. And this book is a poetry book, just like the one we read earlier this week called If You're Not from the Prairie. And so I want you to pay attention to the way that the poetry is in this book. It's different. The stanzas aren't as long. There's not as much repetition. However, it's a book about motion. It includes sensory images. So I want you to look for which sense using motion would you be seeing in the words in the way that the author uses the words, because you're going to be writing some poetry next week. You're going to be adding in, hopefully, some sensory words, some sound words that will help us to imagine the book. The name of this is Hoops, and as you can tell, what do you think it's about?
Basketball.
Right. Basketball. Now, the dedication in this book is pretty good. You know, sometimes authors dedicate a book to somebody, and this is for John the Playmaker, Buckets, Fleetline, Diz, Bobby the Dealer, Huz, Dr. B, Heidi who took him by surprise, Gene the Machine, Francisco Bang Bang, Raz and the Rat Man, Diego, Smooth Teddy, Jerry and Harry, the two Mikes, and all the lads who ever laid rubber to cement in the O'Keefe playground. Go up strong. That's a really good dedication, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I like those nicknames. All right, here we go. Hoops, the game. Feel it.
That was a very long one.
The rough roundness, the ball like a piece of thin, long reach of your body.
Oh.
The way it answers whenever you call. The never stop back and forth flow, like tides going in and going out. The smooth, skaterly glide and sudden swerve. Now, we just talked about something that poets use sometimes in as a tool. And what do you think? Smooth, skaterly, sudden, and swerve. All of those words in that one line. What is that element of poetry, Dodge?
Alliteration.
Alliteration. Very good. Alliteration is when most of the words start with the same beginning consonant sound. Good. The sideways slip through a moment of narrow space. The cool. The into and under and up. The feathery fingertip roll and soft, slow drop. Feel your throat on fire. Feel the asphalt burning beneath your shoes. The two of you rhythm. The know where everyone is without having to look. How many of you play basketball? All right.
Used to.
Used to? Okay. How many of you like to watch basketball? I like to watch it. But I'll admit that even though my father played college basketball, I had to quit basketball. It was the only college class that I had to drop.
Why?
And I had to drop it because I couldn't do a layup.
Me neither. What is
So
that?
a couple of years ago, I had a student on the playground teach me how. And I can kind of do a layup now. I'm not very good. I love to watch basketball.
What's a layup?
Because the people who are professionals and who are really good at it, they do some of these very things. The ball just seems to drop. It just seems to come from nowhere and drop. It's so smooth. And it's not awkward, and it's not, they don't have to work hard. It looks like they're not trying very hard. You know what that's from? Practice.
Practice makes perfect.
That's right. Just what we say about reading. The more you practice, the better you get.
Miss Jones,
Yes.
I was at the facility and there were these really tall ones and they were like 6 foot and they were only they were over 6 foot and they were only like 14 and 15 and they always did layups on me.
They did.
When I was playing.
Well,
against
it's
them.
fun to play against people that are harder than you, but sometimes when they're taller than you, it makes it hard, doesn't it? Yes, Lindsay? Layups are where you come from the side. Ava, go ahead and demonstrate. There you go. With one hand, you go up with the ball and you shoot it.
And you can also jump.
I can't do it very well.
hits the backboard.
It hits the middle square and it goes there.
They always do
Yeah.
They were too
Yeah.
scared.
All right, good conversation. The watching and waiting to poke and pounce. The fox on the lurk. The hunger. The leap from the pack. Now the author's drawing a kind of a comparison here between a basketball player and what?
Wolf.
A wolf or a fox, right? A hunt. What are you on the hunt for? Scoring points. The ball, right. The out in the clear like a stallion with the wind in your face. Simile there, right? The bent legs tense as the mist shot swirls and silently spins. The hawk. Your arms shooting up through a thicket of arms. The lean and brush and burst free. The skittery cat-footed dance along the baseline. The taste for the rock in your hands when it counts the most. What's the rock?
The ball.
The ball. How many of you have ever heard that expression before? What are some other basketball expressions you might have heard before? Huh?
Really don't know.
Cool.
It means shoot.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody that plays? Do you ever hear somebody yell something?
No.
Okay.
I hear.
Kobe.
Yeah, really. When they get it in, and he's kind of got. We're going to talk about that
Really, all
poem.
I hear is pass. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're going to hear that. We're going to hear that poem. Uh huh.
Last year, McLean did a blind shot to the trash can with a full.
No, it wasn't
hit the
full. It was
wall.
gone. But
Hit the
I.
wall. And it hit the
It
wall,
hit the
and
wall.
the yogurt went everywhere.
Did it go in?
He had to
Did it
get
go in
out.
though?
No.
It went. Yes, it did. It went in, but the yogurt went
But he
everywhere.
hit the wall and hit the wall.
It did.
And then he had to clean it up.
Oh,
He
I
did
guess
a
you
mop
did.
and like,
Was that in class?
No.
Oh, I
was
just
not.
wondered if your
It was
teacher was
downstairs.
happy. It was in the cafeteria. Oh, good. Okay, I'm glad to know you cleaned it up, and I'm glad to know that fifth graders are cleaning the cafeteria a little better too. The weight of you hanging from fine, invisible threads. The eyes. Look at the picture. What are their eyes doing?
Looking at the
Looking up.
ball.
And they're waiting and they're watching because they're hoping what?
The ball will miss.
It'll fall through. Or it'll miss. That's a good point. The arc. The no sound. What do we hear?
The
What-
swish.
Swish. That's what I'm looking for. That. Yeah. This no sound of the ball. And Ava knew just what that was. As it sinks through nothing but still, pure air.
Where's the net?
Yes.
There isn't no net.
Yeah, they got nothing but
Nothing but nothing.
Oh.
Hoops. The game. Feel it. So I hope that you could see some of that good language in this book. It's a really short book. That's a poem. Did it rhyme?
I mean, no.
Sometimes.
It had some alliteration in it. It had a few rhyming words, but really it had a line on each page. And it had, it gave a lot of sensory language, but it didn't rhyme. So,
What's
Thank
the
you.
snag game?
all right.